You obey lawful orders, and you refuse orders that are clearly illegal. Not kind of sketchy, not I don't like this mission. We're talking clear, cut and dried illegality, like shoot the prisoners, kill civilians, or in this case, fire on shipwrecked survivors. Why this case is a textbook example? Because the Pentagon's own Law of War manual literally uses the scenarios, don't shoot shipwrecked survivors, as a teaching example. You can almost imagine the slide. Guys in the water, wounded, clearly out of the fight. That's the kind of order everyone is told they must refuse. If someone says, kill them anyway, that order belongs straight in the goddamn garbage can. The psychological trap for operators, though. In reality, when you're on the stick, watching a feed, and the order comes down the pipe, you don't have a law professor on your shoulder. You've got rank, adrenaline, and a culture that punishes disobedience a hell of a lot faster than it punishes unlawful obedience. You know, that's the trap. The system trains you to obey and then throws you under the bus if the order turns out to be dirty. Now, why this pisses off vets on a cellular level, like me, for a lot of us who served, this kind of thing isn't abstract. We were told that we would be held accountable if we crossed the line. Now we're watching a president and a defense secretary allegedly shove the line through the shredder, then angle the blame at the people who were taught to trust the chain of command. That's not just policy failure. That's betrayal. The straight line chain of command. Okay? Trump authorizes the campaign. OLC gives him some contorted legal memo lumping cartels into armed conflict. Hegseth, by multiple accounts, sets a tone of no mercy. Kill them all. Admiral Bradley runs the mission. He ran the mission anyway, regardless. Operators execute the command. They did it too. That's the latter. There's no mystical fog here. The orders flow down, and the responsibility flows up and down. There is accountability to everybody in that chain. Now, how the blame is being re-aimed, now that the second strike is under scrutiny, the whispers are starting. Bradley overstepped. Bradley misunderstood. Bradley acted too aggressively. Funny how nobody was saying that, you know, when everyone thought the operation would stay in the dark and the base would eat it up as TikTok war story. What it means if Bradley becomes the designated sacrifice, which he has. If they hang this around Bradley's neck, which they have, and call it a day, the message to the entire force is simple and toxic. Obey us when we pressure you towards the edge, and we'll gut you in public if the blowback gets hot. That's the exact opposite of command responsibility. That is not supporting your troops. That is using them as legal body armor.